I've come to Goodwood Festival of Speed and I want to find the best cars, especially for me as a sim racer. So I'm going to show you in this video, obviously let me in the comments which is the best car. Okay, maybe this is the coolest car at Goodwood if you're a sim racer. It's a Ferrari 400p hypercar and you'll have driven this in like Gran Turismo 7, it's just been added, Le Mans Ultimate Project Motor Racing. Robert Kubica drove this to victory in Le Mans. And the thing I noticed about this hypercar is, again, look how tightly packaged it is in the cockpit area. So you might be driving this in the sim, you might be on the big bumper view, I think, Sam, we call it, not bonnet view, bumper view, right? And you've got this massive carbon fibre splitter on the front, this massive bonnet, and you see all of that, and you might think I'm in like some big, unwieldy car, but no, you can see the cockpit is so tightly packaged. And again, no ABS on hypercars, so very pure driving experience. And something that you can enjoy in like Le Mans Ultimate if you're on the authentic settings. In Gran Turismo, a lot of people are running them on ABS, and I would encourage you to turn it off if you want to have the most authentic setting, and run in cockpit view as well. I think in this hypercar, you have to run in cockpit view, but it's amazing seeing the 499p from Ferrari. Very, very, very successful car. Maybe Porsche would say a bit too successful with the BOP. And it looks incredible in this white, actually. We're used to seeing it in the red and the yellow. And it has actually on the board there, modificata. So I don't know, obviously hypercars, you're meant to sell them to customers. So I don't know if this is a very interesting hypercar. But yeah, let me know in the comments if this is the most interesting car for you at Goodwood. Or maybe this is the best car at Goodwood, because if you're a sim racer, we basically all driven this car. When you go into the menu and you cycle through and you see the silk cut Jaguar, you know you want to drive it. And something that I think is really surprising seeing it in person for me is like how small the cockpit is. Because obviously it's a long car. Like it's a long car, it's got the long tail, it's got the massive rear wing. And I think when we see it in menus, it feels like a really big car. But if you actually have a look in the cockpit, like how tight it is, when people like Andy Wallace were driving this, I think at Le Mans, you can see that it's such a tiny, tiny, tiny cockpit, and that doesn't come across. The other thing is like, it feels kind of like boxy. You can see like the style of the cars at the time has this boxy style. So I would say when I'm driving the sim, I feel more encouraged now to go like wheel to wheel, because if I make contact, but also I'm going to be aware that I'm in a tiny cockpit. But pretty incredible to see this. Maybe Sam, if you come around, have a look in the mirror. Let me know what visibility you get in the mirror in real life. So just imagine you're going down the Mulsanne at like 200 miles an hour at dead of night, and you see some headlights there coming up behind you. Maybe it's 707B, but pretty cool car. Maybe the coolest car at Goodwood. Let me know in the comments. If you're a sim racer, maybe this is the best car at Goodwood, because if you were playing Gran Turismo Sport or Gran Turismo 7, there were certain tracks, certain combinations where it felt like that this Renault was just OP. We don't really see cars from this brand wearing the Renault badge anymore. They tend to be Alpines, and we tend to see like the Alpine A110, but not the Renault here, which was an incredible car to do, incredible handling as well. We see Gran Turismo actually on the front of it, and I would say being here in person, Sam, I'm surprised by the little bits of aero that I didn't really notice in the sim. I don't know whether this is like an Evo version of the RS01, but you got little bits of aero. It always felt like quite a simple car to drive, always felt like a really balanced car to drive. So let's have a look at the engine, Sam, at the back, because this should contribute to the balance of the car. And you can maybe just see through the slats some big Renault engine in there. That means that the weight of the car is going to be kind of here, and this is why it pivots so nicely. It's got a nice rear wheel, it's a nice rear wing. Also, you can see that actually kind of arches out here. It's like quite a squat base, actually, as well. And you're sat in here. Let's have a look at the steering wheel as well, Sam, because if anyone drove this in cockpit view, maybe that's the wheel that you recognise. And it seems to be a fairly, dare I say, a fairly spacious cockpit. It seems to be quite a squat car, so it kind of making sense to me. You can see that this one's been up Pikes Peak as well, which is also sponsored by Gran Turismo. We definitely want to see it in Gran Turismo, so maybe that explains some of the extra aero. But this is a legendary car if you're a Gran Turismo fan specifically. But let's go see some more. Okay, maybe this is the best car at Goodwood, because this is a Yangwang U9, and you might look at it and not really know what it is. But what if I told you that this is the fastest production car on the planet? Like, that's insane. You might think the Bugatti Veyron's the fastest at 250 miles an hour, but no. This is 308 miles an hour. 308 or 496 kilometers an hour. So it's insanely quick. Obviously, it's an electric vehicle. So these are the new future of electric cars for China. And let me know what you think of the looks. I mean, I'm feeling a little bit like McLaren here maybe, but look at the way it kind of curves down. Obviously, it's all carbon fiber front splitter. You can see inside, like, in fact, come around, Sam. Let's have a look inside the car. I mean, you tell me honestly in the comments what you think about the trim, what you think about the seatbelts. To me, it's maybe not quite McLaren, but if it's going to go 308 miles an hour, one question. Firstly, does it matter? Does it matter your car can go 300 miles an hour? Where are you going to drive that? Not on any B road. Secondly, do you trust having an electric car as well? Let's go around and have a look and see in the back. But maybe this is what you're interested in, some actual boot space. Some actual boot space here, obviously the charger as well. There's no point going 3 miles an hour if you can't charge it, but you have a ton of boot space. It's only really possible because it's an electric vehicle. If this was a rear engine, traditional combustion engine car, you'd have a massive engine here. But Sam, this is the stat right here. Officially certified 496, and also Nürburgring, 659 at the Nürburgring. So maybe this is the best car at Goodwood. Okay, maybe this is the best sim racing car at Goodwood. This is the brand new Toyota Hypercar. You were seeing the GR10 before, but this is a new version that's just won Le Mans. You can see it actually looks like race worn here. And if you've been playing something like Le Mans Ultimate, it came as a free update. Hopefully it's going to come to Gran Turismo as well. And the hypercars are where a lot of people are spending their time at the moment in sim racing. Obviously, you're having to manage a lot of the hybrid as well, the endurance racing aspect, the team swaps, the tyres, everything that can go wrong in the race with the slow zones and safety cars and all this kind of stuff is really exciting. But I would say the interesting thing I noticed when you see it in person is just how closely packaged it is in the cockpit. You might think when you jump into a hypercar, it's like a big car compared to a Formula car, but I think it's a little bit deceptive. I think because you have the shrouding over the front wheels, it's all dictated a little bit actually for aesthetics and the regulations, part of it, so you can see the tyres here. But if you look inside there, which is where the drivers have been sitting for 24 hours at Le Mans, sharing the car obviously, it's a very tightly packaged car, and Toyota have the heritage. They kind of kept endurance racing going at the top level themselves, I would say, for quite a period, as other brands have done for time, like Audi, maybe Toyota and Porsche as well. But you can see also at the back the insane rear wing on this thing. So the characteristics of these cars are they don't have ABS, so you don't have the assist of ABS. They drive a little bit like Formula cars. You have to be really careful how you drive them. And Nick DeVries, who we spoke to many times before, he's doing a dual program with Formula E and also WEC, but still managing to take these cars right to the top. So maybe this is the best sim racing car at Goodwood. Let me know in the comments. Okay, maybe this is the most interesting car at Goodwood, and it's been revealed today. And you might be thinking, what is this brand Denza? Well, this is like the luxury, like the performance bit of BYD, you will definitely recognise. And this is their new Z. It's an insane car, 0 to 62 in 2.25 seconds, which is mad. Obviously, it's electric. And also, like, I need to say this clearly for you, 1,500 horsepower, more than that. These electric cars are kind of insane. A couple of points I want to show you here. I feel like there, I'm getting like a little bit of maybe like BMW, kind of like how that's going to look in motion, and also the massive caliper on the front. Like when you put that much power in a car, you need to be able to stop it. When we look back in the front, if you go back there, for me, I'm getting a little bit of like Corvette C8 vibes here with the kind of the front there. We can see the carbon fiber splitter looks amazing. The paint, if you come in, Sam, see the paint. I'm not going to touch it, but the paint looks absolutely incredible, I have to say. And then we've got little flourishes of Aero here. We've got Pirelli P0 tyres, so not skimping on the tyres. And now let's have a look at the interior, because when you think BYD, you won't necessarily think the best interiors. But here, what do we think here? Carbon fibre on the inside. I would say, to be honest, this is not hypercar interior, but it looks kind of functional. So, but that's going to be up to taste. We've got the charging port here. We've got a massive rear wing, and I don't understand whether you can put the camera on top, and we have this carbon fibre roof. So a lot of carbon fibre here. So this, I think, like they've unveiled this here at Goodwood. This is the start of like 1,500 horsepower Chinese cars. So let me know if this is the most interesting car.